No audio, and I've been talking since. Oh my. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. So we said we should teach them how to master the skills. Teach them how to master the 7 skills. We know that there are 7 skills necessary for long-term massive success in the business. The skill of prospecting, of inviting, of follow-up, the skill of getting a new distributor started, the skill of promoting events, all the skills that are necessary for long-term success. Teach them how to master the skills. And how do you achieve this? Using the method of tell, show, try, and do. Tell, show, try, and do. Tell, show, try, and do. What does this mean? All these things that you want them to learn, tell them about it. Tell them about it. After telling them that they need to prospect, after telling them they need to invite, telling them they need to learn how to present, telling them they need to share the video with other persons, after telling them about these things, guess what? Show them how it is done. Do a practical in front of them. Show them how it is done. Let them see you doing it. Show them how it is done. Let them see you doing it. After they have seen you doing it, let them try it under your supervision. Let them go ahead and try it under your supervision with your watch. And after they have tried it and they have tried it, you throw them in to go and continue doing it on their own. And when they are doing it on their own, guess what? You are only observing and monitoring. Teach them how to see potential. What you are learning tonight that has helped you to identify these persons as leaders, guess what? Also teach them how to identify those same properties in their own downlines. Teach them how to see potentials. Teach them how to teach others. Teach them how to teach others. Our business, our vision is to raise a family of multi-millionaires who will in turn raise other multi-millionaires. And how do we achieve that? Through mentorship. Mentorship, coaching, training, teaching, educating, enlightenment. Mentorship, mentorship, mentorship. Mentor them to become mentors for their own. So now, how do you teach them? We have talked about what to teach them. So after identifying what to teach them, how do you teach them? How do you teach them? How do you teach them? Pastor Taiwo, Mr. Okolawon, kindly mute yourself. In fact, let me mute everybody. Okay, you're all muted. Good. So let us proceed. Let us proceed. How do you teach your potential leaders? How do you teach them? There is one way that has been proven, tested, and trusted as the best way to teach potential leaders. And what is that way? Telling them stories. Teaching them with stories. Teaching them with stories. Teaching with stories. Teaching with stories. Teaching with stories. Growing up, there are some very important lessons that they wanted to teach us when we were growing up. And the only way those lessons could have sunk into our brains was because our parents taught us using stories. They would tell us stories of a child that ate and ate and ate too much and the stomach became very big. Or that ate and ate and ate too much and the child could not understand when he was reading. The child will not be able to read. He will only be sleeping and sleeping and sleeping, and that child failed in examination. Teaching with stories. Stories sell. If you are giving them facts upon facts upon facts upon facts, guess what? You are wasting your time. Facts don't sell. Facts tell rather. Stories are what sell. You teach them using stories because it is stories that we sell. The stories will help them cause a paradigm shift. Stories cause a shift in paradigm. What is paradigm? A paradigm is a written script of way you behave, an approved and a conditioned way we behave. A paradigm is a written script of how we behave. Like our mind has been conditioned to think in that way. Naturally, our mind has been conditioned to think in that way. It is a written program that guides and rules over every other thing we do. A full grown-up man who joins your team, and this man is somebody who has had 12 jobs or 13 jobs in the past. That person will start this job and quit, start this job and quit, start this one and quit, start this business and quit, and that person just joins your team, and you think that person can stay just like that. It's not possible. That person's paradigm is on starting and quitting. That person's mindset is start, and when it gets tough, you quit. No matter the amount of money that person paid to join your business, that person's paradigm is you start. If it gets tough, you quit. That kind of person joins your team, and you think you can just be working with the person just normal, and the person will become a leader. Or where you have to use stories to cause a shift in their paradigm. Naturally, humans are conditioned to look for the easiest way the easiest way to achieve something. And you are trying to cause a shift in paradigm, conditioning them to focus and continue, persist, persevere. You have to achieve all these things using stories. Somebody has been hit by one kind of rejection. That person tried to prospect his pastor or prospect his superior at the place of work, and that person gave him one kind of bad rejection. And that person has looked so dejected and so tired and frustrated. And you want to help that person refocus and recondition his mind. Guess what? You can only achieve that using a story. Stories help you to cause a shift in their paradigm. Whatever problem that your distributor, that your downline, that your potential leader brings to you, automatically start cracking your brain. What story can I use? What story can I use? I remember a particular situation. Something happened one particular day. There is something that we are still going to introduce back. Ambassador Sam Ozwani talked about it in one of the cell meetings, about the kits. In the past, we are still going to reintroduce this. When somebody joins our business, we have an already made kit that person is going to buy for 1,000 naira. 1,000 naira only. Cost of printing and all the rest, we don't want that price to go more than 1,000. So that is partly what is delaying this. One person came to the office one day. He came after making payment of 50,000, attended QSG. We told him to buy kits of 1,000 naira. And this person started complaining, bah. Why don't you put it? Why it should not be free? It should be free, should be free, should be free. And the story was told to this man. Okay, we understand. Now look at the story. A man spends 25,000 naira to buy a very quality leather shoe. Very quality leather shoe. He spent 25,000 naira to buy correct leather shoe. And then, in order to make the shoe shine and be lovely and be beautiful, so that when he wears that shoe and steps into a meeting, people look at his feet will say, this man has arrived. He needs to buy a polish of just 600 naira. And this man starts complaining and he's getting angry because he needs to buy a polish of 600 naira in order to make his shoe beautiful. What do you think of that kind of a man? That your distributor will tell you, the man is not serious. You bring back the story to him. Can you see? You paid 50,000 naira to sign up for this business. And just to use 1,000 naira to buy a kit that will give you massive success, you think is a big problem. Or some of them will submit a contact list of 50 names. They paid 50,000 naira, or paid 150,000 or 250,000, or probably they did givers of 500,000 or megabars of 1 million naira. They paid money they sweat to make over months. They paid. They took their time, maybe 30 minutes, to write out name, phone number, location. And then it is time for them to send text message that will not take up to 30 minutes. Text message that will not take more than 200 naira credits only. and they are giving you excuses upon excuses. If you like, talk from now till next year, they will not send it. But use a story. Use a story. Use a story. Tell, that is why we said facts tell, stories sell. Stories will always sell. Always stories will sell. Or you are set, just imagine somebody that is selling something and you have original and you have fake. And the original is like ×2 the price of the fake. And somebody is coming to buy and that person wants to buy fake. And you know that that fake will last for just 2 months, while the original will last for 2 years. How? The only way you can convince the person to buy the original is using a story. So become a good storyteller. Become a very good storyteller, because storytelling is how you sell in your business. And there is a book on that. There is a book on that. What's the title of that book again? Story selling, something of that nature, story selling. I'll have to look for it. How you can sell using stories. How you can sell using stories. If you read this book, How to Sell to Nigerians by Akin Alabi, he outlined the fact that you sell using stories. I cannot overemphasize on this. Anything you want your downline to do, anything you want your distributor to do, the only way you can get them to do it is by telling them a story. Tell them a story, a story, a story, a story. That is how you change their paradigm, and that is how you get them to become real leaders. Stories will help you shift their paradigm. Help them to see solutions to challenges and the way out using stories about everyday situations. Use stories about everyday situations, things that they experience on a daily basis. Use all those stories to cause them to experience a shift in paradigm. In conclusion, we have less than 7 minutes to the end of this meeting. Number one, you can't get leaders into your team by stealing them. I personally, if I'm trying to prospect somebody and that person is already a network marketing professional, I discovered that that person is already in another network marketing business with another network marketing company, and that person is already trying and is doing well and undergoing mentorship, I leave the person alone. I leave the person alone. I just leave the person alone. Why? Because that person is already in a network marketing business. Yesterday, Pastor Taiwo, you are here. On Thursday, rather, when we were making the blitz call at the office, there was one of my friends that I called, and he told me he was already into network marketing. And when I asked him 1 or 2 questions, he told me that. I said, okay, no problem. Best in life, best of lucks, rather. You don't get leaders into your team by stealing leaders. Somebody who is already a leader in another team and you think you can offer him, yes, our compensation plan, the compensation plan of AIM Global is one of the best. We have 7 ways of making money. 7 ways of making money. 7. I mean, the money that we make from step alone on a monthly basis on the 14th and 15th, the money we make from step alone is more than some people's salary. From step alone, not talk of direct connector bonus and matching bonus. So we have, and we have not talked about rebates. We have not talked about UPP, Unilevel. So AIM Global has one of the best compensation plans. But I will not steal a leader. Because if I steal him today, somebody will bring another opportunity and they will steal that person from me. So you can't get leaders into your team by stealing them, number 1. Number 2, you don't recruit leaders, you build them. Ambassador Michael Coley already outlined all these things in full details this morning in that video, building your pipeline. See, if you did not, I advise all of you, go back and watch that video. This sell meeting should be like the 4th time or the 5th time I'm watching the video, because I have the video on my system and I've watched it over and over again. You don't recruit leaders. Don't think that you will recruit one person. You recruit one giant on your left, recruit one giant on your right, and then you go to jacuzzi and you go and sleep. It cannot happen. You don't recruit leaders, you build them. You know who to focus on by putting them through a test. You know who to focus on by putting them through a test. Give them assignments. Those that pass your assignments, you know that there are people you should focus on. You know who to focus on by putting them through a test. Concentrate 80% of your time only on those who pass your assignments. Only on those who pass your assignments, concentrate 80% of your time. Concentrate 80%. See, you don't have so much time to waste. You don't have too much time to waste on distributors. No. You don't have too much time to waste on cry babies. Absolutely not. Concentrate 80% of your time only on those who pass your assignment. Do you now have a team of people who don't pass your assignment? Who don't pass your assignment? Guess what? Go and recruit a fresh set of persons. Get angry and prospect like fire. Prospect like your life depends on it. And recruit so many persons and then start putting all of them through the test. That is the whole idea behind the 90 days game challenge. Prospect, recruit several persons, put all of them through a test. And those that pass your test, you continue digging and you're working with them. Concentrate 80% of your time on only those who pass your assignments. So if you are not doing assignments, indirectly, you are also passing a message to your leader that, see, don't concentrate your time on me. That is simply the meaning of that. If you are not doing assignments, you are simply passing a message to your leader that, see, I don't deserve your time. Go and give it to someone else. Concentrate your time on someone else. If your leader is giving you an assignment and you are not passing it, you are only passing a message to him that, see, just leave me. Don't concentrate on me. Go and focus on other people. Concentrate 80% of your time only on those who pass your assignments. Teach your potential leaders how to think and also how to respond to problems. Use stories, lots of stories. Use stories and lots of stories. Duplicate leaders in your team by teaching your leaders how to raise other leaders. And when you do this, you have a massive team that continues to grow even without your efforts. I have a vision and I have a dream. I have a belief that all of you here, all of us in this group, very soon, in fact, if possible, before the end of this year, all of you are going to be springing up offices in various locations where you are going to be building a team of other leaders. You are going to have your own team. You are going to have your own retreats where you have leaders who are duplicating, who are massively growing in your team. That is my vision for you. And with God on our side, we are going to achieve it. So thank you very much. Is there anybody with a question? If you have any question, you can raise up your hand, or let me ask everyone to unmute. You can unmute yourself. Allow participants to unmute themselves. Yes. So you can unmute yourself if you have a question. So let us do it in an orderly manner. Let's take questions in the next 2 minutes, and then we bring this meeting to a close. Any questions? Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Pastor Taiwo. Any questions? Who is not in this meeting? Mr. Tunde and Ms. Olaumi. Any questions? Mrs. Okolawon, any questions? Ms. Kemi, any questions? Pastor Taiwo, any questions? No questions from you, okay? So I take it that we don't have any questions. So if we don't have any questions, let us call it a night. I wish you a wonderful night rest. Make sure before you sleep tonight that you are able to sit down with a pen and paper and plan for the new week. This week has gone. How much did you make this week? What amount of activities did you put in this week? What result did you get in this week? Plan for the next week. And once you do this and you have a plan to work on, and above all, visualize. Last week, we talked about visualization. Visualize, and definitely the sky will be your limit. So thank you very much for being here tonight. I wish you all a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful night rest. Thank you all so much. See you on the other side.